Well, what a year it's been. Welcome to the BetU end of year summary. We've got Paul, the founder, CEO, Brains Trust with us. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Scotty. Good to be here, mate. Nice to see you.
Always a pleasure, never a chore. So, guys, today we're just going to run through what we've done, some of the milestones, checkpoints we've covered off on, and more importantly, what we've got in store for an unbelievably exciting January. I'm more excited about January than I was Christmas, and that's never happened to me before. So, big things happening. Let's talk about 2021. We launched in September. We had an ICO at around about 2 cents. We just went parabolic. I think we got up to 35 cents or 36 cents about 18 times, which was, obviously not going to be sustainable. And then from there, we're settling now around about the sort of 17-cent mark or thereabouts. So still a 9 times return for those early birds who got in and are hardcore holders. And we want to say thank you so much for your loyalty and patience. We're certainly going to be looking for some big gains in 2022. So we created 2 platforms, version 1 of the fantasy. We obviously went through that. It had some definite upside, but there were a few sort of issues with it. A few of these little, what do you call them, spammers who just sort of creating all these different accounts. It wasn't fun. Leaderboard wasn't worked. And then from there, we just tweaked it. And we've now got BetU.
Play to earn. It's coming. We're pretty excited about it, launching next week on the 4th of January. So we've got a big start to the new year. So on the 2nd, we'll release the new BetU website with the Betuverse promo page, which is really exciting. I'm sure everyone's pretty pumped to not only get into that space that we'd already planned, but also just to be included in the different lists on, CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. We can now be seen in, the Metaverse lists as well as the NFT lists. It's all coming there. So we're really excited about that. And then obviously BetU Play to Earn. It's something, the whole team is pretty excited about. Obviously, the more BetU you own, the more you can win. And it's a completely different concept to the initial BetU fantasy. And I think it's a fabulous change that we've made. Thanks to all the tech team for getting it done. I know it's been Christmas and the new year, and they've been working really hard. So thank you to all the guys working there. And following on from that, we'll be moving into this more. We'll release with the English Premier League, La Liga, the NBA, the UFC, and then we'll add the NFL, and obviously we've got the Australian Open Tennis coming up.
We do. It's one of the great events on the Australian calendar. So tennis is going to be a great thing to be able to bet on throughout the whole tournament, and obviously have your winnings paid and then double down on the next matches there. So I think, well done on the community, Paul. You've done such a great job. You've been so transparent and really very, very lively in those Telegram chats, updating everyone all the time, answering any major question. I don't know too many CEOs of these cryptos where they're just in Telegram and helping out and giving that clarity and guidance to anyone who has a question there. So I think we've got nearly 20,000 across all the platforms. So you've got to keep remembering this is literally less than 6 months old. And when you've got these sort of numbers, we've got such a solid foundation to launch off. We couldn't be happier with the people that we've got around us, the team, as Paul was saying, the tech team, to be able to create 2 platforms, world-class platforms, unbelievably slick and clean in that period of time. Most companies can't even create 1 in that period of time, let alone 2. So let's talk about the license.
Yeah, so the license will be expected the middle of January, I would say. We're obviously still working through the testing audit, the security audit there, which was a requirement. We're still just ticking those things off that they've asked us to update and change. The most recent was adding most of the things they've asked us to change is to do with responsible gambling. So the most current one, we had to set up a timer within the platform so people can identify how long they've actually been playing for that session. And other than that, there's been no actual security issues whatsoever. So really excited that that'll go through early Jan, and then we'll get the license shortly after that. So obviously a lot of people are waiting for that to jump in as well. And Scott had mentioned obviously the gains that some people have made from the ICO. I think the gains that we can make moving forward will far outdo anything we've done before. So it's like for the new people getting in, the market cap is I think around 15 million. And I said from the start, like if you were worried about what we were going to do, or if you had concerns about whether we'd be able to develop what we wanted to in terms of the platforms, then just wait until we actually release them and you'll be buying in at a higher price, which is exactly what's happened. But there's still, we haven't actually launched the new game yet. The betting platform's still coming. And there's the Betuverse as well. So the license actually covers not only the sports book, but also the whole online casino. So all the tables, the slot machines, and everything we do there. So we've got a complete operation ready to go. We've obviously got to build out the metaverse, which is a longer play. But I would say by Q2 2022, people will be able to access the casino floor, and then we'll expand from there in terms of the whole entertainment complex. We're looking to do things with the crypto gaming level, so we'll be able to partner with different crypto companies, the play to earn games, and we'll send them traffic from our platform. So there's no benefit in regards to that for us, but obviously we're getting the exposure to their audience. So it'll be just a whole level of crypto play to earn. We think we can do some really exciting things with it, and can't wait to get it out and show the demos. So the actual animation will be ready the middle of Jan. We pushed it back a little bit just because I wasn't completely happy with the style that it was. The initial versions or illustrations were done, where I think we need to be a bit more modern. And the new animations and the visuals coming out of there are pretty awesome. So excited to get it released mid-Jan.
Yeah, they're looking very futuristic, which the whole metaverse is really in that sort of virtual reality world, and it's something where I've seen some of the not basic drawings, which I think is a huge improvement on their first version. So
For sure.
Big plus there. Let's play to earn. Here we go. We've changed the name. As everyone knows, it's not Fantasy version 2. We are BetU Play to Earn. BetU earn.com is the new website. It's obviously not ready yet. We'll be ready for that 4th of Jan kickoff. So let's talk about
just on that, Scotty, for the website at the betuearn.com. So because we migrated from betufantasy.com to BetU Earn, we needed to obviously move the whole infrastructure over. So it's just behind a password block. So if you go there, you can't actually access it. All funds, everything will just be moved over to the new platform. So there's just those couple of days where you can't access either BetU Fantasy or BetU Earn, but from the 4th, it's ready to go. So
great. So at the moment, I'm just working on a fiat on-ramp. I want people to be able to hit a credit card or a Visa debit card and then buy crypto on the site, and then obviously swap that for BetU tokens so they can start to play and enjoy the basic no-risk gambling. So we've got 2 meetings early next week with our fiat on-ramp partners, and there's some really, really positive communication happening. I'd hope that we can have that set up in January, and then from there we all have friends who we want to get involved in BetU, but we just know trying to hold their hand and guide them, it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy. It's frustrating, and just it's a weave. It's a maze, really. And so if you can tell some of your friends, here's my referral link, jump on that. They then hit their credit card or their Visa debit card, and then they can buy their crypto directly on our site and then swap that on the betuearn.com page for BetU tokens, and then they're away. And that we feel is going to really open the floodgates to a huge new audience who aren't crypto, but mainly gamblers.
Yeah, for sure. I think the easier we make that for people, the easier it's going to be to onboard new people. And as we all know, that the biggest market we want to go after is gamblers who are not necessarily into crypto. Obviously, we are trying to get the crypto audience, but it's those gamblers, and we will need to make it as easy as possible to get them into BetU, and that's definitely going to be a fiat gateway, fiat on-ramp, I should say. So really excited to get that. Excited about everything, really. I just keep repeating that word, but we're pretty pumped for January to come around and just show the world what we've been doing. So we've got a bunch of influencers in the gambling space ready to move forward, some big punting groups, YouTubers who will start referring it. Obviously, we've got the affiliates coming in probably the end of January, realistically, to build out that dashboard. But it's just exciting to be able to get going, like this. Obviously you can build hype, but in terms of now we can bring people into BetU, into a platform that they can actually use, enjoy, and earn from. And, we are excited.
I think the other really great thing is that this sort of play we've got is just a major sporting event happening all the time. I mean, we talked about the Australian Open in January, then we've got the Super Bowl in February, then we've got the IPL, the Indian Cricket League, which we're very, very excited about, the Indian market, coming up in March. So
World Cup, end of 2022.
World Cup. So we're going to be doing huge tournaments, so specifically for that event. So it could be major prizes to the best tipper of the whole NFL, could be the cricket, could be the tennis. So we're actually sort of going to be really gearing it. It's so much fresh content on a monthly basis and just getting everyone involved in those major global tournaments. So that there is something where I just love sport. You guys, no doubt, might like crypto, but if you do like sport and crypto, this is the place to be.
For sure. So I think now just get excited for the year coming up. There's a lot of new investors coming in. We can do a lot more aggressive in terms of the marketing, in terms of what we want to do now. We actually have a platform, even just to be able to go to people and you say, you're building it. And a lot of people want to see it. So now we can show them that. So we can say, here's some tokens. Go place some risk-free bets on BetU Play to Earn. Use the platform. And once people see what we've already built and they can use it and enjoy it, to then be able to pitch what comes after that with obviously the betting platform and then BetuVerse and anything else we want to do in the future, we've already got that confidence in people. So, and obviously after the license is the more exchanges, which is another big thing. There's really 3 or 4 that we want, 2 main ones, but there's 3 or 4 that we're going after in terms of the applications. I'd really hope after we get the license that we can move forward with the one I'd already said I've got a relationship with. And then it's Moon Lambos 2022.
Yeah, that's it. So I think one of the interesting factors about people's strategy, my personal strategy is I'm obviously going to have my BetU, then I'm going to be using 1% of that balance to be betting with every single week as my free bets or risk-free bets. And then what I'm going to be doing is taking my winnings, obviously, with a little bit of luck, and then pooling those and getting them ready for the actual proper gambling license, which is going to be fun. So I'm just going to be playing with house money or playing with my winnings off the BetU Play to Earn, and then jumping them onto the actual proper gambling where we can start to have some real fun, and there's no cap on those winnings, and there's no nothing stopping me. So I'm just going to be generating BetU day and night. The staking's been phenomenal. I really hope you guys have all been staking your BetU. We get like 20+% returns. It's one of the most amazing passive incomes. I do look at it each and every week to see how much it's just grown by. It's phenomenal. One of the keys here is everyone's sort of talking about that 1%, and then you keep 100% of your winnings. What do you got to keep in mind here? When you're at 15, 16, 17 cents, it's okay, but let's forecast 2022. We're hoping for $1. When you're playing with $1 per BetU, it starts to add up really quickly. So I think that's just something to keep in mind, that at today's price, everyone's doing their numbers. Okay, I've got this amount of BetU. I can have 1% as my risk-free bets. But once that price starts increasing, those risk-free bets and how much you're going to be able to win risk-free is going to be quite handsome, and certainly something which you could hang your hat on.
Absolutely. So Scott's obviously pretty confident with his tips. So if anyone needs some suggestions on what to bet with or put your risk-free bets on, you better hit him up.
I'm certainly no Jig, but
thank you to Jig. Jig's been delivering for all the BetU fans, and Leo and Taff have been building out, and Sam as well, been building out the Discord. So I'd encourage everyone to get into the Discord as well. That's where we'll start sending most of the traffic, or aim to build that community, because we can separate the Discord into each sport, and you can have specific sport chat. We can have highlights. We can do a lot of things rather than Telegram, where it gets a bit messy with everyone commenting on different things. So the Discord is what we're going after. So thanks to Taff and Leo. And as we close up, I just want to say thank you to all the BetU staff and also supporters, all the guys in the Bet United group. Thank you so much for your support. It's just the beginning, and we look forward to delivering in 2022. So Happy New Year to all the community. Thank you so much for joining us, and BetU to the moon, baby.